Hello, everybody. Welcome, everyone. Hello, hello. Lovely to see you guys here. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hello, hello. What's up, everyone? What is up? Beginning of the week? Kind of crappy. But, you know what else is at the beginning of the week? Patch notes. Kit ID reveal. So it must be a banger. We got a lot of things. Guys, we're going to be... I ain't even going to lie to y'all. I don't even know if we'll be playing Limbus today. Because there's so much stuff to yap about. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. But we got a lot of yapping to do today. Okay? We have, and I'll just lay it out. Standard patch notes. Walpurgis patch notes. Then we have 2 identities and an ego. Both identities have 2 pages. So, and Walpurgis is a large patch notes because obviously it explains everything about Walp. We have infinite. There's so much. There is so much to talk about today. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about it. All of it today. Also, I bit my tongue today. So if you see me talking like this, like I have a little bit of a lisp, it's not because I have a lisp or I'm lazy or I'm sleepy or I'm slurring my words. It's because I bit my tongue. How did I bite my tongue, you might ask? Well, great question. You see, I'm an idiot. I know. Hard to believe. Okay? Hard to believe, but it is true. I was lazy, and I was chattering my teeth. I don't know why, but as I was chattering my teeth, I moved to get up, because I went up to get up, you know, and walk around a little bit. I must have slid my tongue, the side of my tongue, specifically the right side of my tongue, underneath my, in between my molars. Haha, molar reference. And whomp. And I bit down and I went, ah! I went, fuck! And I bit my tongue. So, it's a bit swollen. But forgive me. Also, I saw that we got a Nari before the stream started. I saw, I didn't get to hear it, but I see the Nari. So thank you for the Nari, by the way. No, I'm not bleeding. No, God, no, it's not bleeding. It is a swollen. Like, the side of my tongue's a bit swollen, which is why I'm like, you might hear me talking like this a little bit, where it's like, oh, why do you think of it? I'm not sleepy. I'm not tired. I'm not anything. I just bit my tongue. It'll go away tomorrow. Unfortunately, today is Yap Day, where we have to yap. You know? That's right. So, first things first, I need to claim my modules. Juicy modules. All right. So, as I said, we have a lot to do today. We are going to be talking about patch. Allow me to show you guys just how much stuff there is. Boop. We have patch notes, Walpurgis patch notes, the first 2-page identity, the second 2-page identity, and the ego. So we have a lot. And obviously we are going to be starting with the scheduled update notice. So, shall we begin, everyone? Shall we begin? Shall we begin? I guess we should. I guess we should. And we shall. We have scheduled update notice March 5th. New content. The 8th Walpurgisnacht extraction. Yippee! We also have a target extraction, specifically targeting the 3rd and 4th Walpurgisnacht, which includes Sanguine Desire Roger, Wingbeat Ishmael, Solemn Lament Gregor, Dawn Office Sinclair, Lobotomy Ed Eyes, Red Eyes Ryoshu, Solemn Lament Yisang. Not bad. Ahem. We also have Walpurgisnacht identities. Yippee. We have new packages. Peak. We have the new Walpurgis event, which we will read. Ooh, look at that juicy heat upgrade pack. Might snipe one of that. But overshadowed by Walpurgis, we have the Mirror of Name and Spiders mode update. The parallel superposition mode will be unlocked, allowing for mirror dungeons to run up to floor 10. Yippee! Yay! Please note for game plans, the mirror dungeon, yada yada, it closes. The update unlocks only the superposition mode. Extreme and quality of life will be scheduled at a later date. So, what do we get? Parallel superposition mode. You can progress the Mirror of Names and Spiders up to floor 10 by applying the parallel superposition mode. Parallel superposition shares the same unlock requirements with hard mode, clearing chapter 8. Parallel superposition is a high difficulty content and exists solely for personal challenge, thank you Kim Ji-hoon, or upcoming achievements. They wrote this in here, guys, for me, bro. I don't know how to say this. Whichever ProjectMoon employee is watching the stream right now, made sure to put this in just for me. Clearing higher floors in parallel superposition mode will yield more starlight. Guys, we will check all the Walpurgis stuff, but don't worry. You can enable the parallel superposition mode by clicking the parallel mode button on the entry or toggle at the bottom right of the settings. To apply parallel superposition mode, you must finish every chosen theme floor up to floor 5. No, achievements are going to come out, I think, a week. It's a few days after, if I remember. Achievements coming out a few days. It's either a few days after or it's a patch after. Please note that the XP or lunacy rewards for clearing the above are no different. Entering the names will also rental team only up to floor 5. So that's all the new content. It's literally just superposition mode Walpurgis. So this is very short, but we have a lot, and by a lot I mean 1 page of bugs. Or improvements. Here's the big one. Fix an issue where effects of cursed ego gifts do not work properly. Finally, we will be able to hunt down the cursed ego gifts, which honestly, it was probably better we waited for infinite mode so we could actually play with them. So, yeah. Fix an issue where the player has acquired the Omni-Tool ego gift. In the mirror dungeon, the game could freeze when battling enemy units. Okay. Fix an issue where the effect activation typography UI would load for the first coin of every skill regardless of their condition. I do remember seeing that. Fix an issue in 941 where a certain skill showed unopposed even though it could be clashed. Fix an issue where the fade to black effect loads unnaturally when entering the loadout menu from the MD and railway. iOS issues about illustrations. Issue where flavor texted enemies were hard to read using defaults. Fix an issue where Ego Compendium gifts were not listed. Fix an issue in the Windows tab. The notification did not go away after reading the notes. Okay, here you go. So you have this one is a big one. I know a lot of people had the impossible UI notification. It's gone now. Fix issue where post MD runs obtained items show starlight. JP improved nominal ticket. Fixed issue where the cancel button showed incorrect icon. Improved UI interaction to allow users to access ego shards or crates. Whoa. I'm sorry. Hold on. Why is this not at the top? Whoa. Improved UI interaction to allow users to access ego shard crates or nominal crates directly from the identity uptie and ego thread spin UI without having to move to the inventory. Dude, put that at the top of the list, bro. Why is that the bottom? Dude, Kids Hood, why is that at the bottom? That's a top 3 change right there. Do you know how many clicks you have to go through? That's like 10 clicks you save. Actually, I can literally show an example. Fix the issue where the battle statistics background was incorrectly applied when using the default mode. Hold on, before we continue, I have to show you just how much of a headache that saves. Okay, let's come down here. Let's say I want to uptie Honglu base ego, right? So you'd be like, okay, I want to uptie base ego Honglu, ready? So I have to go 1. I have to go to 2, 3, and then I have to go 4, and then I have to do my shards here. Or if I have to go to my crates, say I need to do my crates. So I'm like here, I go back, inventory, consumables, crates. There you go, that's like 5 clicks. Now it goes from here directly to here, I believe, in like 1 button. Very nice. Grounded lunacy. 2000. Don't worry about that. Just ignore that. Just ignore that. 300 lunacy, guys! Yay! 300 lunacy. Anyway, yeah, the patch notes, these basic patch notes. This is like the best thing here. Holy shit. This, an issue with the UI, and the ego cursed gifts are being fixed. So that's all good. That's W. Yay! My greed. 300 lunacy. Yippee. Anyway. The most important thing is superstition mode. And all the bugs. Now, how about we talk about the real update? Boom. New event. The 8th Walpurgisnacht. Alright, guys. Time for yapping. On March 5th, the new content, 8th Walpurgisnacht, will be added to the game. So, that's obviously this week. So, Walpurgis, tomorrow. And then the day after. And the day after that. And Walpurgis forever. New content! Chesed. Harmony Sinclair. Ego. Hornet, Mersault, and Fate and Roman Solitude, Ryoshu. Obviously, extraction rates during Walpurgis change. During the event, extractable announcers will be added. As a note, reminder that announcers do not affect the 3-star rate. Okay? Announcers are the 2-star rate, not the 3-star rate. So, the 8th Walpurgisnacht target extraction. So, we have Chesed Announcer, Harmony Sinclair, and the 2 egos. There is also the 3rd and 4th extraction. So the 3rd and 4th extraction, you have Sanguine Desire Roger, Wingby Ishmael, Solemn Lament Gregor, Dawn Office Sinclair, Red Eyes Ryoshu, and Solemn Lament Yusal. As a reminder, these 2 banners are separate. You cannot... Okay, so to explain it, you can't get these IDs in this banner, but you can get these IDs in this banner. Okay? Because this one has the thing, and this one is separate. But they are separate, but you can, I believe you can still get it. As you can see, the 8th Walpurgis and the 3rd fucking have separate extractions and different improved rates. So, I believe in this one you can get all of them, but this one you can't get now. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, ding ding. Also, where's that one? Extractions! Yippee! So during the event period, all current and previous Walpurgisnacht event identities and ego will be extractable from the following extractions. So this literally tells you. The 8th Walpurgisnacht, the 3rd and 4th, the new manager welcome extraction, and the assured guaranteed 3-star identity extraction. Does not include ego and standard extraction. Obviously, here is all the ego that we have. I mean, look how much stuff we got, guys. Love and Hate Dawn, Sanguine Roger, Harmony Sinclair, Magic Bullet Otis, Solemn Gregor, Wingby Ishmael, Regret Mersault. Both Lobotomy Corpse, Jong Office, 2 more Lobotomy Corpse, full stop, more Lobotomy Corpse, Dawn Office, Lobotomy Corp, Lobotomy Corp. Lobotomy, and Hook Office. During the 8th Walpurgis, obviously these ones will have a higher extraction rate. Very simple. Announcers. During the event, all current and previous Walpurgis announcers will be available again. Here are all the tallies we have. Chesed, Gebwa, Tifri, Magical Girl, Netzach, full stop, Hod, Dawn Office, Yesod, Mola, Malcute, Pierre Jack, Angela, and Vigilius. And we have increased rates. Wowie, wowie. And also you can use Yisang. So you can not Yisang these ones, but you can Yisang the other ones. Dispenser! Hooray! Dispenser time. During the 8th Walpurgis event, you can purchase all identities and egos in the previous Walpurgis Night events. However, identities features in the ongoing event cannot be purchased from the dispenser. And also the announcer will not be featured in the dispenser. Pretty much you can dispense everything. This is a good time to grab what you want. However, I do recommend, if you are going to dispense this Walpurgis, dispense after you finish your pulls. If you are pulling. If you're going to pull first. And then dispense after. Because you never know what you're going to get in a pull until you do it. So you could, like, say you want full stop Honglu. You dispense him and then you do a pull, you get full stop Honglu. And you're like, well, fuck me, right? The only things you can't get are the latest IDs. Now, onto the real meat and bones. Should I just get a 200? If you're a new player, just pull until you get the new stuff. If you want to keep going, you can, but I would just say you can get until you get the new stuff. Because there's more banners. By the time you get to the next Walpurgis, you'll have a lot more stuff. So, guys, linked content mini episode. With the start of the event, a new mini episode, the 8th Walpurgis Night, will be introduced to the game. Unlock conditions clear stage 951. Beat Kano 9. Upon first entry, managers who have not completed stage 951 will be asked to confirm if they want to view the story before proceeding to the event encounter, the Dusk of Amber. Here we have linked content, the Dusk of Amber. The event period will be lasting 2 weeks, however the exchange period will be lasting 1 month. Regret Mercel is a very good ego passive, yeah. So, description. With the start of the event, the Dusk of Amber event page will be added to the game. Complete special missions, challenges, in easy and hard difficulty to receive mission rewards. During the event period, the 8th Walpurgis Night Dusk of Amber event can be accessed regardless of the main story. Once the event closes, however, the unlock condition will change to clear stage 951. The Dusk of Amber event has 2 difficulties, easy and hard. Completing these encounters will consume an Anchor file module each. Clear easy to unlock hard. The following effects will be active in easy. Identity is lower than 60 is raised to 60. All IDs and thread spears are lower than tier 3 will raise to tier 3. During the event, fulfill missions, or challenges, in each of the easy and hard difficulty to obtain rewards from the mission. Oh boy, here we go. Combat encounter. The Dusk Amber encounter is a suppression effort of ordeal entities within a limited number of turns. The encounter is entered with 5 identity team loadout, and the number 1 sinner will be imbued with the Welfare Team Captain effect. 5. Welfare Team Captain increases skill slots, changes to skill composition, and various beneficial effects. The encounter will feature a fixed special announcer. You can view the current turn and turn limits in the top left corner of the UI. Why is there Ankin Fallen? Why is there an ordeal counter? We're gonna have to view that later. You can view the number of enemies currently defeated and the maximum number of enemies in the top left of the UI. The counter ends once you reach the turn limit. Hold on. Excuse me. Why is there an ordeal counter? Pardon me? Oh god, it's like the robots again. Oh god.
Another LobCorp story, so Sinclair lose bets again.
So Sinclair lose bets again. Hey, thank you so much for the supply, I appreciate it. Fear. This is exactly like fucking Ordeal Robots, green, and that makes me fear for my life. Rip Sinclair. But look at the IDs. Oh, actually, guys, hold on. We can do a little cheeky a little cheeky tease into the IDs here. Hold on. I can see Mersault has 13 or 12. He has 12 base ammo and 6 buckshots. And as you can see, Ryoshu has 6 ammo. And the band. Also, Mersault has a gun. I think that's the thing. So, a little bit of a cheeky little tease, you know? Yeah. Let's all use guns and not tell Faust. No, you're right. Missions. Linked content. The Dusk of Amber missions. View mission challenges to complete the in-mission menu. Every mission provides rewards upon completion. There's easy and hard, which can be completed in easy and hard respectively. Once the event closes, you can no longer complete missions. Reward claims will be open for 3 weeks. Even after the event fully ends, you'll be able to experience the Walpurgisnacht combat encounter and view its story anytime after the drive menu. You can visit story but not encounter. The combat encounter will be unavailable again. Now let's have a look at these missions, shall we? Because normally they have some hidden stuff. Wait, what? What? Complete a suppression after defeating a Bong Bong! What? A Bong Bong orange? What the fuck is a Bong Bong? What? Is this supposed to be Bong Bong? Complete. I feel like this is. I don't think this is supposed to be Bong Bong. Complete a subversion after defeating a Bun Bun Juicy Squeezer Orange unit. Complete suppression without a Bong Bong Orange unit retreating. Guys, I don't think it's supposed to say Bong Bong. Why is Bong Bong like the pink texture? Bun Bun. We got the fucking the second sister of Bong Bong. We got the Bun Bun. I'm sorry. You know like when you play like a Source game on like Valve and you have a missing texture, it defaults to pink texture. I feel like why is there placeholder for text? Their placeholder text is Bong Bong, but this one is Bun Bun. This is very clearly a U. This is not a Bong Bong. This is very clearly U. We have Bun Bun and Bong Bong. Bun Bun is canon now. Where's Yum Yum? We need Yum Yum. Where's that fucking the image of the Bong Bong sisters? Where it's like all 9 Bong Bongs. That's crazy. That would be crazy if they're all called Bong Bongs. We have Bong Bong Orange. This is like Super Saiyan modes. This is like Bong Bong Orange. Bong Bong Juicy Squeezer Orange. Bun Bun. If there was Bong Bong was in the story. The 7 Bong Bong souls. Okay, that's definitely not supposed to be Bong Bong. But I think we, yes, you and I, are gonna start calling the Dusk, apples, worms, Bong Bongs now. Also, Mirror Dungeon Floor Theme Pack, The Dusk of Amber, has been added. After the March 5th update, the Dusk of Amber will be added to the Mirror Dungeon. Walpurgisnacht choice events and egos will also be added to the floors. Spawn. Mirror Dungeon normal, difficulty floor and 5. Hard difficulty floor and 5. Okay. Please note this theme pack will appear as a fixed spawn during Walpurgis and will be added to the randomized pool above. Please note playing through Walpurgis has no effect on your event. Okay. Let's have a look now at this little pack. See if we can see anything. Let's see if we can see anything about the bonglings. There's the big worm. But do you know what I see, chat? Is that a burn up scale? Yeah. 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 Burn up scale. It looks like a tonic. And the big worm. Yeah, we will definitely be playing this. We definitely won't be playing this on the day. Because Infinite's gonna come out. The burn is real! And that's the end of the patch notes. For, the new event, at least. What floors? Floor 4 and 5. The big bong bong. Yeah, it looks like a bottle of Spore or it looks like a Queen Bee Ego gift. And there you guys go. That's the Walpurgis patch. So the most important thing, obviously, is going to be the mini episode. We have the actual combat encounter. So the combat encounter is very reminiscent of the other ordeal fights. The only other ordeal, Green of Dawn, is the other one this reminds me of. So Green Dawn, you had to kill everything. Pretty much, like, you had to kill everything in the same turn. If you wanted to beat hard mode. Violet was different. Violet Ordeal, you didn't have a time limit. Well, you technically had a time limit in the bugs itself was a time limit. But this one, no, this is Green Dawn. Green Dawn, you had a time limit, like turn limit, and you had to kill a certain amount of bugs per turn. This is the middle of that. But also, it is 5 identities, which I also think was the same for the Green Dawn. Interesting. You could probably use this exact team, by the way. Like, this is probably them just telling you to use this team. Double Walp units, although no Sinclair. No Sinclair. That's sadness. I, and you, and we will all be using Philip Sinclair. I have to assume they're Lust Week. Or Wrath of Lust Week. Or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to be using Philip. Philip is going to carry this. Yeah, Church of Gears also had a turn limit. Yeah. But this one is obviously a Lobotomy Corp, so I just referenced Lobotomy Corp. This is a Dawn Office upscale. Burn upscale. Dawn Office Philip upscale. Mirror Dungeon Burn upscale. It's just too many upscales. So yeah, the most important thing is a loadout of 5 units. And you get buffs, obviously. And there'll be a fixed announcer. I wonder if it'll be Bong Bong. I look at the gigs already? No, we have not. We'll be looking at that later. Now. Or after. And there's 10 it's 10 turns to kill 21 bugs. But the bugs probably increase in size. Church of Gears had more turns. Well, the thing about Church of Gears was you had to clear out the entirety of the Church of Gears. They had more people spawning in. It made it harder because you needed Magic Bullet. We didn't need Magic Bullet. You could have used Ego, but you definitely need 20 small bugs and probably the big bug. Bong Bong is too powerful. Anyway, Magic Bullet Otis. The new ID. If you even have one of the new IDs, you're gonna be fine. You could also solo it. Yeah, solo typically makes it a lot better. Bong Bong Announcer. That would be fire. Then we have the missions, which obviously, guys, don't judge the rewards here. The rewards are a lot more because they spread them out over the missions. But when you complete everything, I think it's like couple 100 thread, you get like 2 temples, bunch of tickets, free loot, guys. Yeah, free loot. It says defeat Bong Bong. This is definitely a filler name. Yeah, also the new IDs have a fuck ton of innate attack weight. Yeah, pretty much. Speaking of the new identities, why don't we talk about them? So, here is the first ID that we will be talking about. Lobotomy Ego Hornet Alteration. Mersault. Let's get into it, shall we? So, first things first, chat. Burn and bleed. Oh my goodness. I just saw it. Yep. And we're going to be talking about him again. But, if you haven't seen it, you can also watch it too. In fact, why not watch it again? A third time even. Anyway, we have Burn Bleed. He's very angry. So this is Burn Bleed. We have Lost Triple Wrath. So we were right, guys. We did call it on the Triple Wrath. Or the Double Wrath, at least. I remember we said it's probably Double Wrath. So it is Lost Double Wrath. This is a Fire Fist upscale. Okay. We also have a Wrath Evade. So, a lot of Wrath. Let's talk about the ID. He also has a dodge. So, Warning Shot is a 2-coin Lust Pierce skill. You deal more damage for every Spore on the target, so Spore is very important. Before use at max Spore round, you will inflict Pierce Fragility on hit. So this is Spore round base. There's 2 separate ammos. On use, gain coin power for every burn and bleed on the target. First and second coin, you will spend Spore round base and then inflict burn and bleed. Wow. Very simple. The most important thing about this is most likely the Pierce Fragility. It is same turn for Pierce Fragility. So that is probably going to be the one. Also, it is before use, so it'll activate on the second hit. Yeah, it is a Fire Fist. Also, ammo upskill. Now, the second skill. Ego Alteration, Buckshot. 3 coin, Wrath, Pierce. Deal less damage against sub-targets. That means that this has innate attack weight. At least a minimum of 2, most likely 3. Deal more damage for every X Spore on the target. You have if the main target has X burn and bleed, you gain coin power. If the unit has Loyalty Pheromone, which is you gain Clash power. You also have convert coins equal to the Loyalty Pheromone into Unbreakable coins, beginning with the final coin. This is exactly like Rian Yisang, where he converts Unbreakable coins into Unbreakable coins. Attack end. At X or fewer Spore round base, reload Germination. So you reload. Now, something I forgot to mention in the video, I didn't notice that these were different ammos. The skill 2 actually fires specifically Buckshot. I didn't notice that in the video. In the video, I only noticed it on the skill 3. But the skill 2 fires Buckshot. So, first coin, spend Buckshot, inflict burn count. Second, spend Buckshot, inflict bleed count. Third coin, spend Buckshot, inflict burn count. This is very important because from the image that we just saw about the Walpurgis, he has 12 base ammo and 6 buckshots. Yeah, he swaps between the rifle and the shotgun. Then we move on to skill 3, which is Field Test Dusk or Dust Spark. It is a 4 coin with a Unbreakable on the last coin. Deal more damage based on excess attack weight beyond the number of actual targets. Now, this is like Renclair. Okay. Much like Renclair. Deal more damage based on every Spore. Yippee. At fewer than X Spore round, you will consume SP to gain Spore round. He costs SP. He has infinite reload, but it costs SP. On use, you will gain coin power again for burn and bleed on target. If the unit has Loyalty Pheromone, you gain Clash power. If you convert coins again to Loyalty Pheromone into Unbreakable coins, beginning with a third. At X amount of Loyalty Pheromone, you gain attack weight. Also, attack end, you will reload Germination. So this will reload you no matter what. First coin hits only a single target. Spend spore round base to inflict burn. And we're getting cut off mid-attack. I don't know how to tell you this, but this ID cuts off mid-ammo. I'll just quickly move it over here to show you. Some attacks cancel if lacking ammo. Some attacks cancel if lacking ammo. If you do not have ammo, you will not complete the coin. You need a reload. But you reload on 2 skills. You also reload on your evade. So you have 3 reloads. Anyway, first coin inflicts burn potency, spends spore round. Second coin inflicts bleed potency, spends spore round. Third coin spends spore round to inflict more bleed, and it is only hit a single target. Then the final coin will spend buckshot, deals less damage against sub-targets, but you deal more damage for every pheromone you have. And if you hit it without cracking, if the target spores at max, you will activate the following. Deal burn potency x spore stack divided by x wrath damage. Dealing wrath damage with this effect counts as activating burn. Target loses x burn count, spore on target expires, inflict burn count, and bleed count. Wowzers. So this is probably like 99 potency multiplied by what? 20? I think it'll do like 100 bonus wrath damage. Anyway, that's not the last attack too, because we have Spore Germination, Defense, Combat Start, Reload. On evade use, gain coin power for every burn bleed on the attacker. And then this is the most interesting thing. On evade, heal HP on self. If this unit has pheromone, heal extra HP for every Y stack. So yeah, he just heals with his evade for free. Like the greed of this man. Probably going to be minor, but considering it stacks, it's probably going to be like at least in the 5 to 10. Yeah, he just heals. He just feels like it. Is this the LOR gimmick? Yes. Although I don't think you heal on defensive skills, did you? You healed if you attacked things, I think. Also, ego alteration spore around the passive. So, always active. Begin encounter with spore round base and spore round buckshot. Now, according to the wall picture, it is 12 spore rounds base and 6 spore round buckshot. So you get 6 buckshots, 12 normal ammo. On hit with coins that spend spore rounds, if the spore round was spent, you inflict spores. If you inflict buckshot, you inflict even more spores. This counts as inflicting negative effects with skills. So, TLDR, every single thing inflicts negative. Every single coin inflicts negative effects. If he does heal himself with defensives, oh, there you go. Before coin use of a coin that spends buckshot, if this unit does not have buckshot, you will consume SP and base ammo to gain buckshot. If this unit runs out of spore round mid-skill, you will cancel all coins and reload. So, remember how I was like, oh, the skill will cancel if you don't have any coins. Kind of. It'll only cancel if you don't have any base ammo to reload the shotgun. For instance, if you have 0 shotgun, but 6 bullets, it will, before the attack goes off, you use skill 2, you will consume SP and lose the base ammo, but gain buckshot before the attack goes off. Then, after you finish the attack, you will automatically reload if you run out of coins. Does she have the most tremor in the game? It's like 3, right? Also, when targets with spores are killed, you gain pheromones. So, kill things to get pheromones. Pheromones make you stronger. On to the next passive. Spore diffusion. Against targets with spore, gain the following effects on kill. For the next turn, you will multiply the spore inflicted by X. On kill with a base attack skill, by the way, this is very important. On kill with a base attack skill, gain spore rounds spent divided by X ammo. So, remember how I said, if you run out of ammo, your skill gets cancelled. Kinda again. If you kill enemies, you get at least half the ammo back. Specifically, if you spent spore rounds, not buckshot. So the rounds are the default, you get 12 of those. If this is like spore rounds spent divided by 2, it always means you'll get half your ammo back if you kill something. So if you killed something for 3 ammo, you get probably 1 back. Or if you kill something for 4 ammo, you probably get 2 back. Is Wrath res? I don't know. Probably. Because this is on kill effects. So yeah. So buckshot will automatically reload before you use it. And you can regenerate normal ammo. And then at the end of it all, you also will reload if you have to. Also, here's the support passive, Worker Bee. Buzz Buzz. We have Worker Bee, ally pierce base attack. Skill end. This said ally heals X times HP damage dealt with the attack HP. I'm sorry? Like what? So, the ally heals X multiplied by damage dealt with the attack HP. Assuming this has a cap of like at least 50. No, it probably has a cap. It most likely has a cap of 50. Wei Sang has a revive passive. His passive is at 50. Right, that's gonna be crazy. But wait, there's more! Because for this turn, this is definitely a Wrath Res, by the way. For this turn, if all base attack skills equipped on all allied unit skill slots are Pierce, all allies heal SP at turn end. Is it revive? Kinda. Here's like a, if you're under 30% HP or 40% HP, you get a chunk healing. Yeah. So if you're running a Pierce team, not even a Pierce team, if you have Pierce skills equipped in all of your skill slots, base attack, by the way, this doesn't include ego. This is base attack skills. You will heal SP for all allies. This is a Pierce team upscale, if I've ever fucking seen one. Jesus Christ, dude. Pretty much. Gun team, full stop, Blood Fiends, kind of. Half the Blood Fiends appears. No, he doesn't get pheromones on a boss, because you have to kill things. Magic Bullet Pierce? Yes. Night Gregor? Yes. Sync? Yes. So many things that are Pierce. Now we move on to the support. Not the support. We have, here's the effects. Here's the second page. We have Spore. Turn end. Gain burn count for every X stack. Gain by next turn. So, Spore probably has a cap of 10 or 20. I'm going to say 20. It probably has a cap of 20, but you gain burn count for every X stack. So, free burn count. That is it. That is what it does. Spore. I mean, that's kind of busted if you think about it. He inflicts Spore with every single coin. Alright, as a reminder, every single coin he uses inflicts Spore. He also multiplies it. So every skill he inflicts has burn count at the end of it, pretty much. And you also gain bind. Free bind, by the way. That's not anything to... Some people have the ego for free bind every turn. Like, Ryoshu has the ego. Burn has no problem. What if you want to run Tremor Scorch? What if you want to bring all potency identities and only have one count unit? What if you wanted to, and I know this is a foreign concept with Limbus Company players, make a varied team that doesn't have the optimized exact values for everything? From what I can see, Mersault can pretty much solo burn count on his own. Which means that opens you up to make more varied stuff, because, think about it, you don't have to run as many burn support units as you want to in terms of in-count and outside account. When is it an issue? I don't know. When is fucking bleed count an issue? When is rupture count an issue? They're not. But people still say they are. Hell, people say sinking count is an issue. Hello? Sinking count. We'll get to sinking count too, by the way, because that'll be a real issue. There is no issue with anything. There's no issue at all in anything to do with Limbus Company. You could do everything. But it certainly does make Scorched even better. Yeah, the downside is you don't have Thumb Mersault, but you still have Sinclair. So you can still activate Scorch. Anyway, this opens up variety. So that's nice. Next is Lordly Pheromone. So this is the buff you get when you kill people. Right? You kill people, you get this. What does it give you? Protection, haste, clash power up, based on stack. Now it's stack based. And yes, you will notice the downside, quote unquote, of this identity is, well, he doesn't get as much benefits if he can't kill things. That's like it. That is like his only, that's his quotation mark downside. But considering the effects are protection, haste, and clash power up, I mean, it's not the end of the world. And the condition, the biggest condition though is the attack weight from his skill 3. But only the last coin has attack weight anyway, so it's like potato, potato. Spore round base and buckshot, they do the exact same thing, except I bet you probably buckshot inflicts more spore than base. That's probably about it. And then you have the reload. So here's how the reload works. Effect applied to spore round unique ammo. Consume X minus the sum of your spore rounds divided by Y. SP. You then reset both the base and buckshot to 0 stacks and gain them up to max stacks. So you only lose half SP. So if this is like 50, if this is like 20, right? This is like 20 minus the sum of spore round. Pretty much the less amount of ammo you have, the more SP you consume. So there you go. And that's it. So, what does this man have? Dude, this man has infinite burn. Okay? This has infinite burn. This is the burn man. Now, he has bleed. And he's got some instances of bleed count. I mean, he's got bleed count here. He's got some bleed count here. But he's burn. He's a burn identity number 1. Number 1 and all. And he also prioritizes in killing waves of enemies, which considering the event he comes from. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. He has a lot of attack weight. He has innate attack weight in his skill 2, and he has bonus attack weight in his skill 3. Now, his skill 3 might have innate attack weight as well. Right? He might have innate attack weight in the skill 3. And then he might get bonus attack weight from the pheromone. So, but I don't know. And there you go. He also has a deluge. Technically, this is a burn deluge. And I'm curious of how much this will be at the end. But yeah, you want to kill things. Kill things, he gets buffed. He gets buffed, he does more things. He kills more and more and more until he's very happy. Also, he heals himself on evade, just for the fun. But we'll have to obviously play it when the ID comes out. But I'm pretty sure there's literally, it's literally impossible for it to be bad. Which it can't. It's not like it's not bad at all. He doesn't turn them into bees. No, he does not turn them into bees. You could do a lot of things. I mean, he's burn bleed, right? So easy conditionals because burn is very easy for conditionals. So you pretty much have max conditionals, which is very nice. Liu Salt found. Hey, if you want to run a Liu team, that's your man right there. Hello. We're just talking about the IDs. Do you want to do Tremor Burn Deluge or Pure Burn Deluge? Pretty much. The idea for this is you have more variations of burn teams. Now, obviously, Thumb Salt is a burn unit. Thumb Salt is more of a... What's the word? Tremor unit. Burn is kind of an after effect. With Scorch. So you can run Thumb, if you want. That's per usual. But if you want to run this Assault and then run Thumb Sinclair, you'll have a lot of an easier time maintaining that. The gear that turns burn into bleed count. True. So you have different versions of the burn you want. You got different variations of burn. Put this with Lamp Gregor, dude. Oh my goodness. You're gonna be doing numbers. Yeah, this works with Ego. Yeah, this works with Hohenheim. You can do Hohenheim with this. And also bleed. So there you go. Yeah, this is an ego gear, so he works with Hohenheim. He does not only work with wave fights. Dude, this guy is going to be pumping numbers out that are fucking like... That's going to make like any season like 6 identity or below like cry. Everyone always does this. It's always the same thing, and then it comes out. People did the exact same thing for Night All Gregor and Zhong Office Ishmael until they came out, and then everyone's like, oh, never mind, wait, there's all... It's the same song and dance. I'm so tired of seeing the same song and dance. It's a Walpurgis unit in like year 3 of Limbus Company. It is impossible that it's going to be anything besides peak. That's pretty much how it works. Will they have Cody on Zhong Office? They'll have both. But the priority for the 3rd and 4th is not them. They don't have the bonus. The bonuses will be from Solemn Lament, Philip. Grazing Mersault is the reason this heart beats. Will there be full ego gear for this world? I think there's already full ego gear. So... Don't forget they're called Heathcliff. That's true. Full stop Heathcliff. As I said, it is impossible, literally, to judge these from these alone. But it is also pretty easy to judge if something is going to be pretty powerful. Because, I mean, look at all the bonuses he gets. Now, am I saying that he's not at full power if he doesn't kill things? I'm not saying that. obviously, this ID is built around killing things in waves. Because, let me put it up here, burn is a wave clear gimmick. And I've been saying this ever since Fire Fist. Okay, Season 5, you can go all the way back to my live streams or videos. All the way back in Season 5, where Fire Fist came out. And I mentioned that they are turning burn into a wave clear status effect. Okay? They are making identities and units with burn to clear waves. That is burn's purpose, and that's how it is separated from bleed. Because otherwise, you could be like, what's the difference between burn and bleed? Well, bleed focuses on one target, and they make burn spread to multiple units, or have units that focus on killing multiple units, like Magic Bullet. How much damage can it deal in one turn? 99. If you don't have anything external on top. Declaring the Walpurgis is burn? I mean, yeah. Pretty much. I mean, burn has Philip. Dawn offers Sinclair. Attack weight. Magic Bullet. Attack weight. This Hornet. Attack weight. So burn itself is becoming a attack weight wave clear-esque. What do you call it? Wave clear-esque unit. Doesn't it talk twice with B-Soul? I mean, it triggers with skill 3. It counts as like a burn deluge. And that's with the most old. Again, we'll have to play it when it mentions it. Once it comes out, we'll obviously be doing the event. The ID was built around the event. The event is killing multiple waves of enemies. Is there a way to trigger burn other than turn end, like burst damage? If there is, yeah, a lot of the burn identities have bursts. Like Deluge. So, like, Liu Roja has bursts on her skill 3. Like, Yisang Liu has bursts on his skill 3. It is literally impossible for him to be worse than the, like... It is impossible for him. I'm just gonna say it is impossible for him to be bad. Like, it won't happen. Like, it's gonna come out and it's gonna be the same song and dance that everybody always goes through. Anyway, next identity. Who's got even simpler skills in comparison to Mersault, but she does fucking up to 5 skills a turn. Okay, and we're going to talk about that. So here we have Ego Faint Aroma Ryoshu. She is Sinking Tremor. Hooray. So, she's got Sinking Tremor. 5? Pretty much 5. How greed? Yeah, her greed sickens me. Oh, I love her greed. So, she's got, it's more like 4 to 5 skills a turn. So, she's Sinking Tremor. Congratulations, Sinking Tremor. Here we have Bang Bang. It is a 2-coin sloth pierce skill. By the way, they're both mono pierce. I should mention that. So, what does it do? Bang Bang. On use, you gain coin power for tremor or sinking on target. Cool. The first coin will spend a bullet Solitude and inflict sinking count. The second coin will spend a bullet Solitude and inflict tremor. Bang Bang Bong Bong? So you're looking at that like, well, that doesn't really do much. But wait, there's a reason why this skill 1 does not do a lot. The most important thing is it spends Solitude. And also has sinking count on it, so it's at least neutral or -1. I don't know. Just for now, just trust me with this, okay? Because I'll explain why. So, the skill 1-2. Okay, she has a skill 1-2 called Stories That Never Cease. It is a 3-coin Pierce Sloth. It is an unclashable, unfocused volley. Now, when this skill inflicts Solitude, if the target has Solitude this turn, or will be inflicted with Solitude next turn, trigger Tremor Burst instead. Then reduce target's tremor count. The first coin inflicts sinking count and inflicts solitude. Then the second coin inflicts tremor, inflicts solitude. Then the third inflicts tremor, inflicts solitude. So, either this inflicts solitude, or it triple tremor bursts. Okay? And this is specifically used, we'll figure out how it's used when we get to the passive. But, for now, this is her skill 1-2. Next, we have an Envy. You can see she has a lot of coins. We have an Envy skill 2, 3 coin pierce. We have Blossoming Fragrance in the Void. On use, gain coin power for every tremor and sinking on target, and then on use, deal damage based on faint aroma. Okay? Number 1 will spend a single bullet of solitude and inflict sinking count. But the second part is inflicting faint aroma, inflicting tremor count, and then inflicting faint aroma and inflicting tremor count. Okay? Why and what is this faint aroma? This faint aroma is kind of goated with the source, and you'll see why. But this serves as an alternative, stronger skill to spend your solitude with. Okay? And there's a reason you want to spend solitude. Now we move on to her first skill 3, because yes, she has a descended skill 3. So we have Full Bloom is a 3 coin gloom pierce. We have on use, gain coin power for every tremor and sinking on the target. We have deal more damage based on faint aroma. Then we have the first coin, inflict faint aroma, inflict sinking count. The second, inflicts faint aroma, inflict sinking potency. Third coin, inflicts faint aroma, inflict tremor, and then tremor burst, and then deal gloom damage equal to sinking on target, probably capped, most likely to maybe 30 or 50. Okay? The most important thing is look at how much fucking faint aroma she is inflicting. There is a reason for this. Anyway, here's her Ascended Skill 3. This is Magnificent End. It is a single coin. It has Unclashable. External effects cannot trigger this skill to be reused. No, no, no. No coin for you. Deal more damage based on excess attack weight beyond the number of actual targets. So we have another Ren Clay upscale. We gain final power for every X sum of faint aroma on all targets. This is exactly like Gaze. Right? This is the first ever sinking Ryoshu. By the way, this is also a Soda upscale. So she gets final power for global faint aroma. She also loses petals, which we'll figure out what that does. Okay? The hit inflicts faint aroma, inflicts sinking potency, inflicts tremor, tremor burst, and deals gloom damage equal to sinking on target, most likely uncapped or maybe capped at 50. Now, there's a reason that this skill is like this, and again, I stress you enough, we have to read the passive. But before we get to the passive, we have the defensive skills, which this is a really fucking goated defensive skill, by the way. So, AAT. I'm not gonna lie to you, I got no fucking clue what AAT means. Does anyone, any Sinclairs in the chat? Any Sinclairs right now? Want to take a guess at what AAT is? After attack tactic? That might be it. Sinclair, help. Advanced avoid tactics. It's like that. Is this an idea that prioritizes changing skill 2s to 3s? Kind of, yeah. Funnily you mentioned that. Anyway, after riot traffic. Aroma attracts termites. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, what it actually means doesn't matter, because you gain petals, which we'll figure out what this effect does, and more importantly, at turn end, you gain fragile, but gain free attack power up next turn. It probably is avoid all attacks. So, you have free attack power up on command with this Ryoshu identity. The only downside is you have fragile. But on-demand attack power up for on-demand fragile is not the end of the world. So that's pretty good. Oh, by the way, that was the first page. Now, you're going to understand why the rest of the kit is very simple. We have the first passive, a void that cannot be filled. Always active, begin the encounter with 6 bullet solitudes. If this unit has bullet solitude and the enemy has less than X SP or is staggered by this unit or another ally unit's attack, use Bang Bang as an unopposed attack against said enemy. That's right. We have gotten to the point where you just get a... This is Daiyu S12 Boogaloo, okay? If you stagger, if an ally staggers, or if you have less than XSP, she will unoppose with S1. Alright? This is Daiyu 2.0. Second thing, however, attack end at 0 bullets, you will also use Stories That Never Cease as an unopposed attack against the target and consume SP to reload. So, do you see the vision? You can attack an enemy, right? Stagger them, fire the gun, empty the gun, and then unoppose them again immediately with Stories That Never Cease. So you can go S2 into S1 into S12. Boom, boom, boom. That's 3 attacks already. Right there. She is, yeah, for free. This is probably, I don't even think this is a res passive. I don't think this is res. I think this is zoned. But wait! There's more. Because, did I also mention she's also like Zhong Office Ishmael? Unwithering Flower, gain petals if the enemy takes sinking damage. Gain petals equal to the faint aroma inflicted every time enemies gain faint aroma. Gain petals every time Tremor Burst is triggered regardless of the unit. Attack end, skill end. At X petals, automatically use Magnificent End against the target with the highest faint aroma stacks. So if you exist at all in the encounter, you will automatically use S32, much like Kozan, how is automatically used. So you can potentially S3 into S1, into S12, into S32, all in one turn. Deal more damage against staggered targets based on the faint aroma. And just in case you didn't think that was good enough, she also, if you lost HP this turn, just fucking heal it back. And SP as a tree. If you got hurt at all this turn, just get it back. So, might as well just add on to it. If you lost HP this turn, no, you ain't. Just get that bitch back and some SP on top as a treat. So that's her passive. So you can see now why the actual inflictions and stuff are as simple. We also don't know what Faint Aroma does yet, besides make her stronger or make the enemy weaker. But you'll see. You'll see. Support passive. Now this is kind of cool. When an ally with the fastest speed, by the way, it's called Spring Genesis. Haha, funny. That's the LOR card name. When the ally with the fastest speed hits an enemy with a skill that inflicts sinking at all, potency count or unique, you will also inflict tremor and trigger tremor burst, then reduce the target's tremor count. So, potentially, if you are not using her for whatever reason, you can have free tremor. Free tremor burst, which high key might be a hella goated strategy. This is an Ujat Oda subscale, but this kind of fucks, because you could kind of work around this, right? With the fact is, if you are, like, this is silly, right? Like, you could theoretically bring a sinking unit who is, like, very fast. I'm gonna do MD later. I'm not sure if we'll have enough time for it. You could theoretically bring a sun shower, right? Yeah, this is a sun shower scale. You could bring a sinking unit or a mixed sinking unit inside like a tremor team that has like a different version of tremor, like one of the tremor effects, and then participate in burst if you wanted to. So that's kind of cool. You could bring Haisho Dawn if she's fast. Yeah, because she'll get buffed from the speed. Is there a turn limit? It's probably capped at like once. Probably capped at once per turn. I assume so. Because this is an enemy with a skill, not coin. But it could lead to a little bit of some variety, so. Anyway, now it's that time to actually see what the buffs do, by the way. We have Bullet Solitude. So Bullet Solitude is unique ammo. It is spent by certain skills, and this ammo cannot be gained from or increased due to external effects. So you can't increase this due to Thumb Sinclair. Okay? You can't increase this with Ego Gifts. You will always have 6 Solitude, and that's probably for a best because you want to have as little Solitude as possible because you're trying to empty the mag out. But what is Solitude? What is the thing that you are inflicting with S12? This is what you inflict with S12, by the way. So, it is a unique panic type. Solitude. Take more damage from Gloom skills flat. Units with SP change their panic type to Solitude. Units without SP gain sinking count at turn end. Turn end lose the stack. This effect is not cumulative. Inflicted will replace the current value with inflicted value. Apply the unit without SP conditional to certain enemies that have SP that cannot change. Solitude panic effect, low morale, gain sinking count, and panic gain sinking count at turn end. So, we have more sinking count. Okay? We have another sinking panic type. This is 4 panic types, by the way. Well, 3 panic types in about 4 months, okay? But this one is you gain count at turn end, which is pretty nice. Because typically, end of the turn is when you break your stack, or end of the turn is when the stack drops. So it counteracts that. It's not bad at all. Also, you just do more damage with Gloom skills. By the way, as a reminder of how many things that are affected by Gloom, you have Shadow Mark, or Shadowbound from Don Quixote, Haisho Don, which deals Gluttony and more Gloom damage. Okay. You have Blue Sand, which is more Gloom and Tremor and Sloth damage. You have Dazzle, which is base skill damage. And then you have Solitude, which is just Gloom damage. So this might be higher than the other ones, but it's because it's specifically Gloom. It might be 15 to 20. I'm going to say 15, I think. But yeah. After Ujat. They do not stack? They do. These debuffs stack. You don't stack the panic effect.
Yo, Kamui, I made burger earlier without checking the meat's date. I think that shit might have been laced.
Oh shit, leg. Oh dude, thank you so much for the support, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, your shit's cooked, bro. You need to get that shit fixed. Hey, good luck, dog. But yeah, guys, if you didn't know, and I don't blame you for not knowing this. These debuffs, they stack, but the panic type does not, the panic type effect does not stack. You can have Dazzle, Shadowbound, Blue Sand, and Solitude all on one person, but only one of them will have the panic effect. But if you hit an enemy who is an abnormality, who has no SP, you just gain all of the effects, no matter what. So you can have, okay, sinking count at a 50% chance, sinking count on Clash, sinking count on turn end. Yeah. Sinking count is no longer an issue. I mean, it has not been an issue. But, there you go. Anyway, Petals! This is the thing that she gets on herself by just playing the game. Alright? So, if you play the game, aka you deal sinking damage, you tremor burst, and you inflict faint aroma, you gain offense level up for every X stack, and can gain up to a certain amount of stacks per turn. How do you tell which one will take effect? I'm pretty sure it's the first one that you inflict. It's whatever's first, I believe. But I don't remember. I don't remember, nor have I tested. We'll have to test that. So, free offense level up, W. But you can only get a certain amount of turns. So they limited it. So it's probably like, if the stack is like 10, or if the stack's like 20, you probably get like 5 per turn, or like 7 per turn. Anyway, here's the faint aroma. So the faint aroma is the debuff that you apply to the enemy. Increase stack if this unit has taken sinking damage. So anytime you deal sinking damage, it goes up. Upon Tremor Burst, you apply Aroma on other random allies. It spreads. Then at max stack, gain Tremor Potency. Trigger a Tremor Burst, and then take Gloom damage equal to sinking, and lose your Aroma. If you are killed, inflict the rest of the Aroma on between allies. So, you inflict Faint Aroma on someone, and every time you apply sinking, or every time you hit them with, when they take sinking damage, right, they gain more stacks. If you Tremor Burst them, the stacks, the debuff spreads. And then when they gain max stack, they gain Tremor, and then they take Gloom damage. Boom. And they explode. So it's a little mini explosion. Sinking damage doesn't mean DPS. Sinking damage means when they take instances of gloom, of sinking. It is a micro sinking deluge. So if you deal 1 SP damage to someone with 1 sinking, that is taking sinking damage, even though it doesn't hurt them. And this aroma, as a reminder, is on literally every fucking skill that she inflicts. Except for the S2 and the S1, because that inflicts the Solitude. And as you can see, this inflicts 3 Solitude, so you get 3 stacks of Solitude. So this Faint Aroma is pretty much going to be permanently spread on the ally. Going to be on everyone, pretty much. Does Butterfly count? Butterfly is sinking damage. So yeah. Chain Mag Dumper, pretty much. Is Butler Faust better than Prescript? Well, Butler Faust is a much more of a specific sinking unit, while I would say thing is, Index Faust actually has a lot of amazing sinking potency, but the Index identities are typically more labeled as poise identities. But if you have a bazillion sinking count already, you can use Index Faust and apply a fuck ton of potency. Are they so far? I think they look pretty fucking juicy, to be honest with you. I think they look pretty goddamn nice. Obviously, everything is impossible to judge, and I say this all the time. It is impossible to judge until we get them in their hands and play them, but they've been pretty much on the money with every single Walpurgis at this point. Well, yeah, pretty much every single... The last 3 Walpurgises have been... Or 4 Walpurgises, they've been on point, so... I don't think that's really going to change. By the way, we still have one more thing to look at. Boop. We didn't have an ego last one, guys. We didn't have an ego. Look at him. Look at my boy, my son. Aw, look at him. He's tweaking. Anyway, we have Harmony Sinclair. This one is very easy because it is 1 page. Imagine we get the day we get a 2-page ego. That'll be crazy. Anyway, it's a 3 coin. So we will half, right? I'm pretty sure I predicted 3 coins, by the way. It's actually a 4 coin, but you know, this is another me upscale. Anyway, it's a Wrath skill. So it's Wrath / 3 coin. Let's have a look, shall we? Gain Clash Power for every bleed and burn on the main target. That's right, guys! Another burn upscale. And bleed. Well, the bleed uses it in the back. This is a Philip upscale, and you'll explain why. A U Sinclair upscale, a Deviat Sinclair upscale, and an N Claire upscale. I've never had so many upscales in my life. Anyway, let's have a read, shall we? Gain Clash Power for every bleed burn on the main target. Deal more damage for every missing HP on self. By the way, this is also a Tears of the Tarnished Blood upscale. Just gonna mention that. Deal less damage against sub-targets. On target kill, all allies gain rhythm next turn. This is very important. Attack end. Heal SP for the highest resin allies with at least SP. Another new SP heal. And there's no condition to this SP heal. It is just an SP heal. That being unfocused volley? No, there've been other skills. Don Quixote has unconditional attack weight. And also attack end, lose SP at combat end. But it is still very good that it's very cool that Mercil has it. Also, Queen of Hatred Dawn skill 2 has unconditional attack weight, I'm pretty sure. And one of those two. Anyway, he inflicts SP, he gives SP to allies unconditionally, and he also loses SP, which is very nice. You want to use Enclair, you want to use Enclair, and you want to use Enclair. Now, what does it actually do? We have Inflict Bleed, Inflict Burn. We have Head Hit at X HP value. Take Y damage. Then reuse this coin. This damage does not stagger or reduce this unit's HP below 1. You inflict more burn, more bleed, and a random ally gains rhythm. So, as you can see, a lot of potency. But the big thing is here, it's a 4 coin. Another healing. Well, this is not a healing. This is SP. 3 bags of the passive. We'll get to the passive. Don't you worry. We don't know if this is uncapped or not because they don't mention caps in the kits. They only do that after. And they stack. Yeah, told you they stack. So we don't know how much. This could be 1 coin or it could be multiple. They don't show, guys, they don't show caps in the kits. They only show caps when you're in game. It's kind of because it's like a value, right? As far as we're aware, this is only 1 reuse, but it could be multiple. It's definitely not. I think it's only 1, really. I don't think it's 2. But here's the corrosion. It is a 3-coin unbreakable that targets randomly and is indiscriminate. Gain clash power again for bleed and burn on the main target. Deal more damage for every HP missing on self. You'll deal less damage against sub-targets. Gain attack weight equal to highest resin, divided by X, round down. Lose base power for every cracked coin. Heal SP for X other allies with the least SP. All allies at attack end gain rhythm. Damage up, wrath, lust damage up, envy damage up, and fragile next turn. If a target was killed, activate the above effect once more. So, if you kill someone, you could potentially get 2 rhythm, 2 wrath damage up, 2 lust, 2 envy damage up, and 2 fragile to the whole team. Assuming this is all +1. The effects are bleed potency, burn potency, and again, third is at a certain amount of XP you take Y damage, you reuse this coin if the sum of your HP lost is less than Z. So I assume if you lost like 50 HP or like 30 HP and the sum of less is like 50. This damage does not stagger, inflict more burn, inflict more bleed, and gain rhythm next turn. What do you think of the max of the attack buffs on the corrosion is 2 attack weight? Max limit. It's probably, there might be a max limit, I'm not sure though. But I'm pretty sure this gives you more rhythm than the awakening. The awakening you only get once for everyone, and then 1 random ally or 2 random allies will get the buff. But this one you can get 2 on all allies, and then 3+ if you have the corrosion kill. So pretty useful, pretty cool. I like that. And then, oh yeah, let's talk about the passive, by the way. That was indeed a rhythm. Turn start, gain rhythm, yippee. On target kill, this unit heals X HP and SP. So you might be asking, isn't this bad for Enclair? Not really, because you still don't want to corrode with Philip anyway. So you could attack someone at -40 and still heal SP pretty much, because like you know don't want to corrode. If a target was killed by the ego, you multiply the amount this effect heals by X. So if you need, see, this is really cool, because if you are low on sanity and you want to reset your sanity, it is actually pretty okay to corrode, try and get a kill, and that'll heal back your SP at least back into the positives, you know? So it's kind of like a cool way to play it like that. Also, you heal more SP here. Turn end, if this unit lost SP, this turn heals X sum of burn and bleed on all enemies, SP rounded down. This is called a Philip upscale, by the way. This is like a hardcore Philip upscale. Also, this is a U Sinclair upscale because he takes damage. Wouldn't you get too much? Well, considering we don't know the values, I have no idea. Also, using the ego makes you lose 10 SP already. So it costs 20 SP, most likely. And you lose SP at combat end for 3 turns. So you're already losing SP per turn. So there you go. Always bet on high shoe. And middle. So this is like a Philip upscale. Oh yeah, what does rhythm do? Here we can see what rhythm does. Deal more damage for every stack. Gain offense level up for every stack. Lose defense level for every stack. And then this effect expires turn end. But you can stack rhythm. So you can stack up to 3+ rhythm. We don't know how much you can stack up to. But if you're killing with S2, you can easily get 3 rhythm on an ally. So... And we also don't know how much rhythm it'll give you. I'm assuming 1. But it could be like... The stack could be like 10. So pretty good He Ego, I'm not gonna lie to you, because this is a pretty fucking decent... This is pretty good Sinclair He Ego, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is a really nice one. SP healing for allies, which means, you know, it's pretty nice. A lot of coins, so it does a lot of damage. Buffs allies if you kill things. Which obviously you wanna do with this. A lot of potency, looks like. And if you're using a negative identity, I think it's still worth if you're using a negative identity. I think it'll be healing. It doesn't heal. Well, I mean, it does heal, but it's not team healing. Because this is not team healing. This is strictly SP healing for the team. And the self-passive is like you're healing for yourself. This is like greed. Better than soup. Does Harmony Sinclair give you 1 ego resource amp on Tails hit? And inflict you with 7 burn? I don't know. Might be hard to say. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it for the identities. For the egos. The thing with Lantern is Lantern heals 3 allies, I think up to 15%. And this is also Red, so you want Wrath. So obviously you're using Wrath Res for this. But it's probably still going to be like minimum 2, I assume. And yeah. There you go. Not bad. At least I do not think so at all. Very excited for the Walpurgis. Very excited for these identities. I'm really interested in this Sinclair, man. I'm super excited for this Sinclair. This looks really fun. They all do. They all look very fun. Can't wait to be hitting 5 bazillion attack weight on Mersault. I can't wait to be hitting 5 fucking 1,000 unopposed attacks on Ryoshu. He's led by a melody. True. And I'm very excited to murder a whole bunch of little guys with Sinclair. And that beautiful singing machine. Not bad at all. Also, this thing is going to do numbers in MD, bro. This thing is going to kill in fucking MD, dude. Double status effects? Oh, baby. Don Wrath, dude. Jane Magdump. And that sexy ass Sinclair. All of these are for Amber Dusk. I mean, yeah, this is literally all to optimize killing the Amber Dusk. You have maximum attack weight, you have 5,000 unopposed attacks, and you have on-kill effects. Like, obviously, this is all built strictly to kill. That's right, guys. The strongest enemy in the game. Bong Bong. This is all it takes to kill Bong Bong. And Bun Bun. Bong Bong and Bun Bun. The strongest of today versus the strongest of history. Going up against each other like titans. ALF level threat requires WoW level... Well, he's WoW. She's also WoW. She has the Teth Gun. And he's he, so... Do I do it at my usual time? I will do it at my usual time. I do not do it earlier. The only time we stream early is when Sir Director is fucking decides to do a random live stream on a Wednesday. We have failed to suppress Bong Bong. We need help. Help, Bong Bong. Yeah. It literally is, because if we go over here... Like, if you look at Magic... Like, when Magic Bullet came out... This was literally built exactly so you could take out as much Green Dawn as possible. When you had, Gears come out, it was Full Stop. I mean, we all know how Full Stop is. We don't need an example of how good Full Stop is taking out fucking Pierce enemies. What are we fighting? There's no abnormality. We're fighting an ordeal. The Dusk. Actually, we're fighting Bong Bong. Bong Bong is gonna strike, hunt us down. Like an animal. Bong Bong solos yum yum. Range ammo is how you deal with dusk. True. I have sent in 1,000 melee units, and they all just get jumped. Cobalt Crimson. Look, Cobalt Crimson will happen in Limbus. Okay? It will happen. But if Del Director really, really, really wants to up the monthly player cap, like monthly player count, he will just say, release the wolf and the red girl. And the player count will increase by 5 billion. Why might I even say limb billion? Second what we spend at H Corp. I mean, why are we assuming that we're still at H Corp? I mean, we are, but like, I'm back at the fucking building again. I just like that we when Connor and I was. I mean, we could have left it, okay. We could have left. We could have left already, guys. We're gonna go to N Corp. Well, actually, no. The first Inavalo chat is the House of Spiders, which means we're not in we're not in H Corp, guys. We're in the House of Spiders. That's not in H Corp. Okay. The first Inavalo, just because the bus is at H Corp doesn't mean that we are in H Corp. Okay. Doesn't matter where the bus is. The bus leaves. Sharon takes the bus all the time. That doesn't mean we don't follow the bus. If we get dropped off at K Corp and then Sharon goes off to fucking M Corp, that doesn't mean we're at M Corp because the bus is there. We're at the LCE. That's probably like in fucking the District 4. The bus, let's go follow the bus. The bus is a mind of our own. It does. Look, I'm saying, I bet you else the Limbus company is in District 4. So I'm saying we're in District 4. What is my reasoning for this? Pure 100% manufactured fabrication. It's just close to H Corp. Get ready to learn Chinese. Listen, we're chilling in the LCE. The headquarters is built in France. The headquarters is chilling somewhere, most likely in like District 4 or maybe it's in like the Lobotikov area, who knows. And, you know, they're just vibing. It's over that wall. And that's it. Pull up DD and check where they were located. I don't remember if they ever said where they were. I remember Moses had to escape N Corp. With Vespa. And they were at... I think they did go to District 4, didn't they? That's where the village was. Why is Bong Bong in the mission? She's too powerful. Upscale season. This is an upscale specifically to burn. You think we'll get more Fanatic or Nails and more Salts? I think we'll get a different type of N Corp unit. I don't think we're gonna fight Inquisitors and stuff. Because that's Fanatics. I think we'll be doing new types of N Corp units. That's what I think. Also, isn't Heinrich in the same faction as Nagel and Hammer? No. They're both N-Corp. But the Fanatics are ran by Chroma. N-Corp Fanatic. Meanwhile, the N-Corp identities are just N-Corp. That's a sub-faction. So the Fanatics are a sub-faction. Yeah, like the N-Corp status is still there. Like the N-Corp, like, faction still exists. But I doubt we'll be fighting Fanatics still. I think we're going to be fighting the more oppressed, the more, like, regime. Obviously, N-Corp Fanatics are going to be relevant because that's when the second Smoke War hits. Because the second Smoke War has to do with the prosthetic users, right? So, like, obviously the Fanatics are going to be relevant for that, but I don't think we'll be fighting them in kind of 10. At least I don't think so. Wrong one. He said there were 2. What is the other one? I don't know. Why are you asking me? I'm not Mersault. I don't have the answer. Also includes distortions. I mean, maybe, but they also... But Herman literally specifically mentioned... prosthetic. I'm not talking about the one from Sinclair's timeline. I'm talking about the one... Well, I mean, it's the same one. I'm talking about the one that Herman spoke about. So the one that Herman spoke about was... They're gonna murder all the prosthetic users. Yeah, it was humans and humans that don't look the part. It's pretty much the prosthetic. It's pretty much prosthetic users versus humans. That is pretty much what the second Smoke War was about. More on the sinking side. She has a lot of. She's kind of got a lot of both. There's a lot of tremor. She's got sinking in her, and she does proc her passives for sinking. I'd say she's pretty, like, equal, but yeah. She is sinking priority. But her inflictions are pretty equal. The sorcerers too, probably. Cyberpunk vs. Fixers? Is Herman racist? Herman, I think just wants something. He wants the tree. Happy sinking. Why would we get the happy sinking when we got 1 burn up scale and 2 burn up scales? That's more than 1 sinking. That's a 2-for-1 special. Does it multiple shots trigger multiple tremor bursts? Yes. So it specifically says here, when the skills that inflict solitude. Okay? So it specifically says, when this skill inflicts solitude, if they have solitude this turn or next, it will trigger tremor bursts instead. So you get 1, 2, 3 tremor bursts. Why do people dislike prosthetics in the Project universe? They don't. It's just the N-Corp fanatics. People don't really care. People don't care about prosthetics, as in like care about if you have prosthetics. In fact, it is pretty like, it is pretty endorsed that you get prosthetics of some sort of kind because that's usually how people are so strong, right? Like, you are usually people have like prosthetic muscles and stuff, and like fibers and torsos and stuff. But there's different levels to it. Like, you can get prosthetic stuff that looks so real that you don't even tell the difference. Address me. They're a loud minority, yeah. Potential future gas harpoons? I mean, yes, most definitely. I mean, I said this before because in the ego gift, it says if 3 or more gas harpoon identities, or was it 4 or more gas harpoon identities? And I made the assumption that I bet you the N Corp identities, the League of 9 are gonna have their own N Corp identities, which we already have because we have Gubo and Jihuan. So we're most likely gonna get a Nelly N Corp ID and an Ahab N Corp identity. Isn't Ahab's leg a prosthetic? Yes. A prosthetic is just if your limb has been replaced by something non-human. Cat's harpoon. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have to be mechanical for N-Corps to hate it. If you have anything that isn't human on you, they hate you. If you are not fully human, no matter what, they dislike you. Because of Gregor, we know that 2 of the same character's identity. I do think it's really funny that we knew I knew Gregor would 100% get AEDD, but it was so whiplash that he got Lamp first and then he got AEDD, which is really funny. He went backwards. Do, 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 do. They didn't hate Greg because of his bug arm. Right, so mechanical augmentations then. But also, G-Corp is weird. And also, people very much hate G-Corp bugs. They literally call them disgusting freaks all the time. But N-Corp fanatics care more about mechanical parts. Technically, he was born with it. Was he born with the arm? I don't think he was. Was he? I don't remember. I guess he was. Do you think it's going to be the end of the Herman group? No. I think this. I think the League of 9 will be our final villains for Kano 12. Besides the just shell shocked. I think the League of 9, it's either we on Kano 12 or it's either the Kanto 13 that we get. We're going to fight the League of 9. Well, I still think we're going to fight the League of 9 in Kano 10. Because we're going to definitely say... Right? We're going to definitely go up against them in Kano 10. I think we're going to have our first proper battle with them. Like all of them. Or maybe a chunk of them. But our final encounter will definitely be in Inferno. Lovely and Gullible Faust is my #1 op. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was not born with his arm. He does say suddenly one day my arm had changed. That is true. They better not be frauds. I think no matter what happens, if they lose to us, they're frauds. I mean, I think that's just how like JJK society works nowadays. This is how anime society works nowadays. I think they will beat the head of the city by 36. Genius. Excellent, excellent analysis, manager. What if Sonya will join the battle? If we do we have to fight him? Well, Sonya is part of the League of Nine, and he was in the final area with he was with Herman and the group to go into the N Corp meeting. So most likely, yeah, we'll have to fight him. Yeah, Innovalo 2 will be entering N Corp. When do you think we'll go to the library? I don't know. Something will have to happen to get us to the library. There's only 2 instances that can happen. We get kicked out of the city, or we get lost in Mephistopheles, right? Or the library won't even be part of it. I mean, surely we will be visiting the library. I mean, Dante even makes a joke about it. Dante literally says, like, in the Fairy Queen fight, I remember this. Dante literally says, like, oh boy, I wonder if we're gonna be seeing this place again. Ha 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 ha. Wink, wink at the camera. Oh, Nari! Yo, Baba, thank you for the... Oh my god, the Naris! Oh, thank you so much for the Nari. Oh, look at her. She's so happy. Oh, she's so happy. 20 Naris. Thank you for the 20 Naris. Big Nari. This is... This is Kano 12, guys. You hear this? This is Kano 12. Nari. This is gonna be us versus the gullible and prestigious Faust, and the astute and calm Faust. Which is Nari. Nari. Very nice. Very nice. Absolutely Nari pilled. I love it. I love Nari. I am such a fan of Nari. Guys, it actually reminds me, guys, do you think... Hold on, I need to ask you all a question. This is also subscribed. Guys. You guys saw... If you saw me post about the 3rd anniversary Limbus Company compilation that Rie posted. Inside the compilation, 3 of the Limbus VAs, Onglu, Sinclair, and Otis, had a segment where they talked about the game, right? And Otis, in one of them, in that one, she made Otis say, like, in the Otis voice, say, "Manager, I love you," right? She had Otis confess to Dante, right, the manager. And I've been so tempted to get that clip and make that something. I kind of want to. I kind of want to have Otis saying, "Manager, I love you," as a clip for something. Because I feel like I gotta have that. Because that's such a bang up pick right there. You know? I feel like I gotta do that. But I haven't. Now, the reason I haven't done it, and the reason I didn't do it, is because, well, it feels kind of weird taking the Otis VA out of context for the anniversary instead of the in-game. Like, if it's in-game, it doesn't matter, right? Because it's in-game. But it's not in-game, so it's a little bit weird. Now, I don't mind that I use the manager. Like Kim Ji-hoon. Everyone always remember Kim Ji-hoon says, "Yeah, you can do anything with you can do anything you want with me," right? That's why I have Kim Ji-hoon there. And Faust is in game, so that counts. But the Otis VA one is a little bit of a finicky one, where it's like, well, It's not really part of the game. It's her outside of it talking about it, but like it's so peak. So, you know, I was thinking about it. But it's a potential one if I find something really fits with it. Do I mean the Emperor the King? Yeah, I do mean the Emperor the King. Does the Sinclair VA also stream? I don't know if Sinclair streams. I know Otis does. I know Honglu and Heathcliff do. And is Ryoshu also? No, I don't think Ryoshu does it either. I don't think Ryoshu does. I know Otis, Honglu, and Heathcliff are all VTubers. Yeah, no, they're awesome. I know those. I know those three are VTubers. I think. Is there another one? Honglu, Otis, Heathcliff. I don't think Ryoshu is a VTuber. I know Ryoshu is online. Don Quixote is online, but she's not a VTuber. I don't think they stream. I think it's just those three. There might be more. Gregor, I don't think Gregor. No, Gregor doesn't do that. Is Ryoshu good? Yeah, Ryoshu's awesome. This is so sad. Yeah, Heathcliff is a VTuber. Gregor plays. Gregor is like also like Gregor VA is like busy as. Just ask for permission. Yeah, I think I just won't do it. I know Honglu, but Heathcliff and Otis, yeah, Heathcliff and Otis both do it. I believe Otis is a VA, a VTuber. Is it Otis or Ryoshu? I don't think it's Ryoshu. I know one of them. I know one of them is it. I don't think it's Ryoshu. I'm pretty sure it's Otis. Yeah, Gregor is at everything, dude. Gregor is actually like he's like a top Otis, yeah. It's Otis. Gregor is like, as I've said, there are like Otis streams. Yeah. So it's Otis, Honglu, Heathcliff. Yeah, if you want, yeah, Rie has all of the... Rie is pretty much the, like, insider for all the VAs. Or most of the VAs. She is, like, obviously, yeah, that's, like, that's their connection there. Mainly against thinking. I was stunned. I've always talked about, guys, I would love to have either Faust... Right? Faust VA on stream. Otis would be great. And I wouldn't mind, like, literally, I wouldn't mind any of them, but I really want Faust because if I had Faust VA on here, I want her to do the Nari voice. I think that would be adorable if she did the Nari, but like in live instead of just, you know, from the game. Do they speak English? I mean, probably not. They are all Korean. I would have to have Rie as my like middle. Have I ever thought about becoming a VA? I have a pleasurable. Thank you. No, I've never become a voice actor. I don't know how to voice act. So where will you use the Numa Soul when you use a Burn and Bleed or already Cassette Soul? If you wanna use Tremor Scorch, like do a Tremor Scorch translator. Pretty much. Yeah, Rie would be the translator. I should learn Korean. I mean, I've said this before. I am fucking dog shit at learning languages. Like, I do, because I want to go to Ham Hang Pang Pang. And I want to stream Ham Hang Pang Pang. I have to ask if you could stream in Ham Hang Pang Pang. I know you can take video in Ham Hang Pang Pang. Do a Korean only stream. See, that would be really fucking cool to do. Like how Director did that, but he did a JP only one. It's so funny. True. So I want to do a live stream inside Ham Hong Pong Pong because I think that would be fire as fuck. Right? And I know Rie said that you can record in Ham Hong Pong Pong, but I don't know if you could stream inside Ham Hong Pong Pong. Do we get a face reveal? Hell no, you get a food reveal. I'll be eating my damn food. It is heavy. Yeah, it is heavy investment. Also, I'm just fucking stupid. I've never seen streamed footage inside of Hong Kong Pong Pong, so I have no clue. I know you can record, and I know you can take pictures. But I think you'd have to ask permission first. Recording and streaming is kind of the same thing. Not really. Not when it comes to establishments. You'd have to ask permission of the staff first, and I would obviously rather ask permission first before... I mean, obviously, I'm going to fucking ask permission. I'm not going to fucking not. But I also don't want to go in there and just be like, Google Translate everything. I'd actually like to speak. That would be what I would do, yeah. I would obviously have to ask permission first, and I'd have to have permission before I do it, because obviously, if I go there and I like, can't do it, well, it's like, well, fuck, I just have to record, which is fine. I can do the record. If I can't stream in Hong Kong Pong Pong, okay? Here's the alternative. If I can't stream in Hong Kong Pong Pong, then I will ask permission to record my entire Hong Kong Pong Pong adventure, and then we'll watch it in the live stream, and I'll dub over everything that went on. Like we'll watch it together. Like that's the second thing. If I can't live stream it, but I can record, I'll record the whole Hama Pong Pong hour experience. Then we'll watch it together on the live stream, and I'll comment on everything that happened at like the whole thing. So it's pretty much the same thing, kind of. Say Rian back. I mean, if you like them, yeah, they're pretty fucking good. Post-game commentary. And then the best case scenario chat is Kim Ji-hoon is eating lunch at Hamang Pang Pang. And then I can go up, I can ask permission to go up to him and say hi, tell him that I'm a Limbus YouTuber, and, you know, I'm decently, you know, I'm decently, you know, I'd say, like, you know, I'm up and coming, you know, I'm growing. Yo, can I get, like, a picture? And then we'll take a picture, and then I'll shake his hand, and then I'm gonna ask, can I ask one question? And then he's gonna be like, of course you can ask one question. And then I'm gonna say one question. I'm gonna say, the one question I'm gonna ask is, did Deathrite get nerfed because Mouthmouse was too strong, or was it entirely irrelevant? And he's gonna give me the fact that it's entirely irrelevant, and then I'm gonna flaunt that fact into every motherfucker that I know ever. Okay, that's the one question I'll ask Kim Ji-hoon. What happened with Deathrite? He's gonna say it had no relation to do with the strength of Mouthmouse. I'll forget. Fuck yes, I fucking knew it, and then I'm gonna. That's it. Then the question will finally be solved. Okay, Season 6 will be able to rest, knowing that I have solved the greatest question. Okay? Known to Limbus history. And then I will leave. After I finish my meal. You'll probably recommend the egg katsu. And then I'll get executed by, like, the Limbus ninjas or something. Ian supports him. I mean, I don't think I don't have to mention it. I mean, of course. I have to be able to speak to Kim Ji-hoon. Cheese katsu. Is it cheese or egg katsu? It's cheese katsu. The Limbus Mafia, yeah. I get executed for knowing too much. I get taken and I get captured. And then I'm forced to work for Kim Ji-hoon at gunpoint. But, like, not really gunpoint because it's like he pays for my retirement. So it's like a win-win. Like, I know too much, I can't leave now. I know too much, I have to work for Project Moon now. I'm already working for Project Moon. I mean, pretty much. Yeah. I have type shit. You're part of the balancing team? Dude, do not put me in the balancing team, bro. I do not dare interfere with Kim Ji-hoon's great mind. Put H Corp ups. Look at the clause. You would ask a question about high shows. Exactly. Because that's the what other question needs answering? We know every other answer in the world. I'm gonna be mentioned in Menhera. Please do not be mentioned in Menhera. I feel like that's a negative thing. I don't want to be mentioned in that. What other question could you ask Kim Ji-hoon that we won't eventually get the answer to? It's impossible. There's nothing. Ask for Heathcliff to be nerfed. You can ask, why did they make Soda Honglu? Fuck, I can give you the answer why they made Soda Honglu. Season 1, 2. That's why. What happened to Farm Watch? Never existed in the first place. See? These questions are too easy. Ask if he still hates Ring Sang? Yes. Can I pet your dog? If he has Shnee Zhang with him, I will gladly request to pet Shnee Zhang. Ask why he doesn't bring 1300 Lucy update? Because he wants you to spend money. What is Solitude? Solitude is a unique sinking effect. So it's a unique sinking. And it makes you gain sinking count at turn end. Ask him about his Enfield factory? Okay, see, that's a banger one. That's a banger one, dude. I could be like, director, how's your Enfield going? And it's either he says he hasn't been playing Enfield, which is lying, or he shows his phone and it's got like a fucking $12 billion Enfield account. I don't even know what you can buy in Enfield, but he'll probably have like a $1,200,000 Enfield account. It's like, looking at that phone is probably worth like more than like my entire being and my whole net worth. That's how much is in that fucking like in that Enfield and Arcanite fund. Is that what you have in Enfield? Is it potential? Maximum optimized factories. Units maxed out. Potential maxed out. Jesus. Would you dissolve PM if you need money for Enfield? I think if he had the opportunity. No, I don't think he would. See, I don't think he would dissolve PM for that. Because he wants to tell stories more than he wants to, I think, fuel his Arcanite addiction. But that's a half-half. I'm not sure about that one. We got 2 burn ammo unit results in a row. It's crazy. True! We got 2 burn, although I would consider Thumb Salt to be more focused on the tremor side, although he does obviously inflict burn because he has the unique scorch effect. And this Mersault, I would say, is more focused on the burn side than the bleed side. But yes, they are still both burn ammo units. Have you asked about future collabs? Well, I think the answer is simple. It's just Arcanites again. They added new machines. Dude, I am not asking anything. I would not ask about anything to do with the company, bro, I will get executed by the claw. He will send the claw. He will send the high shows at me. And what do I do about that? I die. Are they all welfare agents? Great question. I can't see their armbands. I assume so. Does it say it here? Oh, hold on. Yeah, it does. It says here. Welfare team captain. Yeah, they are welfare. Or at least, I think Mersault is welfare. Because it says welfare team captain effect. Yeah, it's probably in the trailer, but it does say here team captain effect, so. There you go. It's just, yeah, this is also, look at the background. The background is blue. There's just 5 floors with more 5 floors. He actually said that. He said the reason they didn't add that is because there was a lot of other stuff they're adding at the time. They didn't want to risk anything. The background was blue. Oh. Nari! Yo, Jay, thank you for the Nari! Exactly, that's another Nari. When do we get 20 floors? We get after next week. Thank you so much, by the way. Nari! So after next week, so not next week, the week after. That's when we get extreme. So this week is going to be Superposition, and then we'll get achievements and extreme next week. I believe. Not next week, the week after. And it's going to be a fun time. Almost don't have bugs. Yeah, the biggest bug is with the curse gifts. Now, MDI notice today? There is a notice. It's right here. The parallel superposition mode will be unlocked, allowing MDI runs up to floor 10. I thought we got them with extreme. Yeah, we are getting them with extreme. So extreme next week, not this. Okay, this week is infinite. Next week is extreme and achievements. So we're getting achievements with extreme because that lets you get the maximum amount, which is pretty nice. Let me check something real quick. What are the rewards for doing the Walp? Well, we don't have all the info, but you get thread, XP, you get pulls. Is solo sustainable for floor 10? I mean, I wouldn't do the whole thing solo. That's probably going to take you way longer than just doing the main run. Okay, broken or average? I mean, it's impossible to tell. I think they're going to be really good. I mean, it depends what you think broken is. Is broken like full stop Heathcliff? I'm not sure. Like, you have to wait until they come out and play with them. On Thursday, when I pull them and use them, I can tell you then. For now, I just think they're very good. Yellow XP, the big 26. Guys, this is the easy mode. This is the easy mode. This is for the normal players, okay? The normal players get yellow. The hard gamers, which is you and me, right? The hard mode gamers, you get blue tickets in that. There's more than just this, guys. There's more than this. This is like a scroll wheel. How is this bad animations? I simply don't understand. Do you guys not notice the Mersault flipping his like rifle around and like doing loops and shit? That's pretty cool. I don't know. Every time people say like animations, dude, I don't know what people are. I expected like the Bari X fucking Don like Dad Coyote fight like as animations. I mean, we got that with Rien. But this is Lob Agents, like... I don't know, I feel like the animation for fucking Ryoshu is really cool, where she starts weaving in the fucking gun. And we get like the gun cylinder, like, getting emptied. There's also completing achievements? No. Easy mode is for normal, and then hard mode is for hard only. I can see Gebra. Why is every skill of my cinema not an ego cutscene? Give more. This is not all the rewards. This is only like this is not even half of the rewards, guys. This is like 1/4 of the rewards. This is 1/4 of the easy mode rewards. This is like nothing. This is like barely, not even half of the rewards you get. And the hard mode is where you get the real rewards. This is for like the new player rewards. Also, Bong Bong. Bong Bong! Bong Bong! Hold on, let me just... Why don't I just look at... Hold on, if we just go to the Walpurgis event... Hold on, Limbus... wiki.gg... And then I could go to Walpurgis... And then I go to... Hatred and Despair, which was the 6th Walpurgisnacht. Does it have all the lists? Ah, here we go. Here we go. Okay. You ready for this? This is Magical Girls. Yellow tickets. And then the immediately missions after is all blue. And then yellow ticket. And then blue. And blue. And then yellow ticket. And blue. Look how many missions there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 easy missions. There are 4 easy missions here. This is 1/3 of the missions. That's why I keep telling. How many blue tickets is this total? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This is 25 blue tickets, but this is also Hatred and Despair. This was back like 5 months ago? During what? Before September, right? Or was it October? Anyway, this was like half a year ago almost. And then if you look at the hard mode, you get more. So you're probably going to get more now because this is like, look, this is 15. How much is this? This is also 15. You might get like 7 blue tickets. How much are the boxes? You get, for easy, 5, 10 ego shards from Hatred and Despair. But you also get hard mode, you get 5, 10 great, what do you call them? 10 red crates and then 1 yellow crate. I wish it tells you, I wish it told me everything added up, but we have to do that ourselves. And this has Central Team Command and Welfare Team Command. How much thread is this? Because honestly, the most important thing in these is the thread. I'm not gonna lie to you. The XP, guys, XP is like a bonus. XP you can grind forever. Thread is the big thing here. So you get 15, 35, 50, 70, 90, 105 thread from easy mode. 105 thread from easy mode, and then 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 140. So you get over 250 thread from the event. And then you also get tickets. You get 2 extraction tickets. So you get 2, 4, 6. You get 6 extraction tickets from normal. You get 3. That's 9, 12, 16. Yeah, that's just one uptype 4. Yes, that is a free uptype 4. And you get over 1.5 pulls. I think there's also a guaranteed 3. Was I looking at it? Was in there guaranteed? Or was it a 10-star? No, so you get 1.5. But plus, right, here's the thing. Plus, the level to 84. Okay, yeah, but like, this is the easy... What I'm trying to say is, like... Yeah. Look, what I'm trying to say is, if you need these... If you're solely relying on these to get your level 80, you have other issues to worry about. There should be no instance that you have 0 to 80. That's probably, like, you're probably in a little bit of a depth right now. You probably need to do a little bit of grinding. Probably need to start saving some XP tickets. It's a bonus. That's all these are. These are just bonuses. Level 5 ticket. But yeah, like XP, as I said, you could always fight XP because you could always just do that. And also when remember guys, the threads are getting changed as well. The Luxcavations are going to get buffed, remember? They're going to make it so that you can do wave encounters. XP grind is the worst thing? I would argue the opposite. XP grind is like the easiest part. Because XP grinder has no limit. You just do it as much as you want. I'm all XP. N Corp is a totalitarian state where it's like all vision, authoritarian. What do I think will be a fun Tremor sinking team for MD after the Ryoshu drops? Well, the easiest thing is probably, you know, bringing in the 2 or 3 sinking identities. So you could do like either Zhong or Mola. I guess if you want to do Mola for the sake of variety. Obviously, you have the 2 Tremor sinking units here. Actually, make that 3 Tremor sinking units. That's right, guys. Don't forget about Spice Bush. Well, that's Ryoshu. So for now, we'll just put a filler Ryoshu identity in as like a visual representation. So that's 4 already. You're kind of cooking with this already, I ain't gonna lie to you. Then you can put, let's see here. No, honestly, all might be kind of goated with this. My guy doesn't activate the Tremor Fusion? He should. He's a Tremor unit. He has Tremor on his skills. As long as you have Tremor on your skills, you count as a Tremor unit. Even if they're just conditionals, I'm like 90% sure it still counts. I heard on Reddit that now Tremor and Sinking Burn Bleeds are both available. Like, in just general? I'm pretty sure he counts for Tremor. I mean, like, having... That's Tremor... Yeah, having Tremor count on conditional things give you Tremor. Ring Sang is the only exception to that, yeah. You can specify if they only have Tremor count, so hold on. Let's have a look at this. Ah! He's a charge unit. Well, I mean, yeah. He doesn't inflict Tremor, if that's what you're saying. That have attack skills that apply Tremor. Yeah. Because he doesn't inflict Tremor. Yeah, he has self-Tremor. So he doesn't activate these. But he does have this. Like, he activates Keg. But he doesn't activate this, because he has to have attacks that apply it. Now I have a reason to play it? No, we're not going to be playing today. Also, I'm pretty sure he works on these... Which one does he work on? I said that he's with skills that inflict Tremor Burst, count, or trigger Tremor Burst. He triggers Tremor Burst, doesn't he? It doesn't actually trigger Tremor Burst. Damn. Well, there you go. Anyway, 1, 2, 3. I mean, if you don't want to include Spice Bush. This is unique sinking, by the way, so I mean... Well, it's ammo, but... You say he applies Tremor to himself? I don't think it counts. No, I believe it has to be an attack skill. Should I grind boxes since I am broke with egos, or should I grind on my thread to up to my most used ego? I would say, you know, ego is like, you can hold off on ego. As long as you have ego on like thread spin 2 to 3, you're like pretty chill. Are there 3 status IDs? Oh yeah, there's plenty of 3 status IDs. The most notorious one. I say most notorious. Yeah, my goat rose battle. Triple ID, baby. This is my goat right here. Charge, Tremor, Rupture. My boy. This is my this guy helped me beat Dong Rang. I remember. It was Dongback. Yeah. Charge, Tremor, Rupture. Yeah. Rose Banner's days are counted. Do 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 do. That is a Rose Banner upscale if I've ever seen one. I have that idea. I could do triple buff by Higo Sailor Run. Yeah, you could do a triple. You could do a triple ego buff with this team. You'd have to do Assault. You take. What if you also do Rose Banner? I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure to do the triple buff, you take triple Rose Banner. So now you have 3 charge units, 3 Tremor units. I'm trying to remember how I did this combo. And then you need to take... Oh god, how do you do this again? It's been so long since I did triple status. Right, you take 2 W Corp units. No. Gregor is the W Corp. LCCB, yes, thank you. Yes. So you go LCCB Ishmael. Because she has Tremor and Rupture. Grab that. LCC Ryoshu has triple status. Use Poise, Tremor, Rupture. So that makes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 rupture, and then I think you go a charge identity. Then you go like charge. Oh, I'm trying to remember. It's been so long. So you have 2 tremors. You have 3, 4. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 tremor. You have 1, 2. Now you need more charge. Charge. I'm trying to remember this. And then you need charge rupture. Yes. Now you go for charge rupture. So you go Otis. You can go like W Corp. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I think 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and then maybe like Heathcliff if you want. Is this it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 charge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rupture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tremor. There you go. Here is a charge tremor rupture team. And you can bring this all in once. So you bring this into an MD, you get 3 triple status, boom. I have 4 of those. You could sub Heathcliff out and Otis out for other ones. So you can sub them out for Yi Song, or Hong Lu. You can do W Sang. You can sub out for W Corp Lu, W Sang, or W Donkey, if you want. As long as you have 2 W Corp units, honestly, I would probably say like Heathcliff and Otis. Because Otis buffs charge units and Heathcliff is like a hyper carry on his own. But if you want to maintain like Rupture, you probably have Yi Sang over like... You probably do this. There you go. Alright. You can also, yeah, use Wu Sang in place of either. So, yeah, you can also do that. What about W Faust? W Faust, unfortunately, does not inflict Rupture. Which is a downscale. High show or not? Probably not right now, considering the fact is, well, you can't access the high show anymore. So, it'd be better to invest in the House of Spiders identities, which is all of the current new season stuff. As a new player. If you are a new player and you've just started the season within the last 2 months, I highly recommend you just focus on the current season. So make sure you get, like, the Apprentices, you want to get, like, Gregor, you want to get the Index, you want to get that, you want to get, you know, Yi Song. And there you go. You can alternate that team a little bit. If we're following the graph, we won't have the... No. If we're following Season 6, we're going to have Bokak after Walpurgis. I think. Or is it seasonal end then Bokak? I think it's... Actually, no. I think it is season end, yeah. But season end after Walpurgis, and then we get Bokak immediately after that. I think. Is it the D-Way Star? Yeah, it's the... yeah, it's the Pinky Nurse Father. You can get one high show, yeah. But if you're gonna pick a season 6 identity to pick in terms of investments, like if you're a new player, right, and you're like, oh, I want to use season 6 stuff, but I don't, you know, how do I prep for it? I would just say get Lord Lu, because if you get Lord Lu, any extra high show. So the thing is this, right? If you get Lord Lu, it doesn't matter the amount of high show you get. You can use any of them. But if you get the high show, obviously you can use them on their own, but you want to use them with one. Any particular the take? I mean, what character? I mean, it's the Pinky Nurse Father. Tis the Pinky Nurse Father. We are pretty positive of that, or at least some form of the Pinky. I mean, you can use him alone. He's good alone. Like, he's strong alone, but you know, you definitely want to have at least one high show with him. Yeah, you can get Mao Faust, you can get Mao Ryoshi and Mao Otis. But I wouldn't suggest getting Mao Otis. Okay, because Otis is a event identity, and she's gonna be available in the Nocturnal Sweeping Bokak. Which means if you wait, you'll get her for free. There's gonna be an event during Walp? Yeah. There's gonna be the Walp is the event. So out of all of them, Marioshi would be the best one to get if you're trying to like shard it, because obviously, but I would just wait. I wouldn't shard anything. If you're gonna pull, like if you're an active puller, if you are a new player and you pull on every banner because you get so much free Lunasi, or if you're like semi-active and pulling, I wouldn't recommend sharding until you're like out of resources, because you could always shard and then pull the same thing and you're gonna be like, ah, fuck. To keeping find hard music. Yeah, he's grooving. He looks so nice in this too. His corrosion form looks really sick too. I love that it looks like the little guys. The little freaky guy. The little freaky eyes, man. This guy's got freaky eyes. It's so penal. Yeah, especially when he rips his fucking muscle tendons off, because like he's fucking hardcore. Goddamn. Yeah, they really cooked with his corrosion. Appropriate sea machine glaze. Bong bong. Burn season. Yeah, burn season. We got burn ego and burn ID. How much more burn could we get? What is an early game team that won't trivialize every fight? I got Rian saying, but I'm not using him. Anything before... Oh, I mean, Jesus. I mean, everything's pretty good. Everything before... I'm not gonna say everything. But if you want to guarantee that you don't trivialize stuff... I mean, dude, it's all about levels, man. Like, I don't know how to tell you this. Like, obviously the ID does matter. But it's all about levels. If you're under-leveled, even if you have a good ID, you still struggle. Like, you could only do standard fare, but you're still gonna cook with standard fare. It really is just what you're fighting. I gotta do that like unique. I gotta do that like Limbus rerun. I was thinking, Chad, of doing a Limbus challenge, like a Limbus Walpurgis, and the Limbus Walpurgis would do is we're only allowed to. We're gonna make a new account. And we're only allowed to shard on the standard banner. And we have to use whatever we get. And I'm not allowed to grind, and I'm not allowed to do anything besides, like, the bare minimum. And we have to, like, see how far we can get. I'm not allowed to shard. I'm not allowed to do support identities. I can't do any of that. I have to just pull on the standard banner, and that's it. So by pulling only on the standard banner, it doesn't matter that I wait until something comes out. Would I reread all the story? Yeah, so I probably would. because they're going back and updating the old. They've already updated Kanto the tutorial. Actually, I can just show you. So they've gone back already and they have updated the English text for Salva Oscura, the Outcast, and the Unloving. So all of this into a series? Yeah, that would be like a series. That'd be like a What team can you make it standard fare only? Well, the thing about standard fare only is that it is literally just every identity, but none of them have a rate up. Like, look, they're all flat. 0050, I50. You can all these guys are at least. Oh, that's the he's and stuff, the egos. All of the 3 stars are all 0.38%. In comparison to like Riansang, which I can show you, where the probability is well, let me just tell you, 1.4 and 1.93. So you have a better rate of everything else, but you have a worse rate of the main identity. Also, technically, pull Korean. Also, you can technically pull Walpurgis identities in standard banner. During Walpurgis only, though. But yeah, I mean, it's got a good rate for, like, everything. 0.3%. For, like, 0.03. It's a double the chance. Literally, I think I could beat in any ID you give me, I think I could beat the game with. If I did this. Best way I recommend getting XP is you have to use Lunacy. Not this way. You have to. You have to use Lunacy refresh. Or use your boxes. You have to use your boxes. You have to Lunacy refresh. So I would only ever use standard banner, which means I can't shard. I would also never be allowed to dispense, so no dispensing. And I think I'll also say no shard exchange, so I can't exchange shards. I can't, so I can't exchange shards. I can't pull. I only standard fare. And I say, like, I'm not allowed to use resources, so, like, I did it again. Maybe, like, no crates. And like grinding, I'm only allowed to do like the daily limit. So I'm only allowed to do 3 daily bonuses and like 1 XP. But I also can't have a battle pass. But I'll just use like the daily pass mission as like my bare minimum, where I have to do like, I can do this. And I can't do anything else. And then spend it all when you finish the game. No money spending? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't spend money. I only spend money on my main. Guys, but I don't even spend much money. Some people think, guys, some people think I wail on this game. Dude, I do not wail on this game. I'll tell you exactly how much money I spend on Limbus. 100 Australian dollars a month. I work a job. That is literally not, people get coffee in a week that is more expensive than how much I drop on Limbus Company. Some people coffees is like $5 or $6 and they buy that. That is not whaling. Whaling is if I bought the entire shop out. That is 100 Australian dollars. That is not a lot of money. That is nothing. People spend $7 on coffee per day. They will spend $70 on coffee in a week. And I spend 100 on them as a month. Once a month. Hello. Some people pay subscriptions that are more than that. To like MMOs. That's not whaling. I can't even buy the whole shop out. I get like 2 packs. That is $60 US. Maybe less. Like, no. Yeah, it's like $60 US. Oh, a month. Once a month. That is not whaling. Everything else you see here, I have never bought levels. I have never bought tickets. I have never bought thread. I have only ever bought the battle pass, and I'll buy, as I've said, once a month, tickets, like pool tickets. That's it. Everything else you see here is legit. This is 2.5 years of grind. I started playing Limbus. Do I have my banner? Hold on, where is it? Back here, look, you can see my record. Miracle of District 20. The first Miracle of District 20. Bon Voyage. The end of the season. It was like the last month of the season. Because I was in Miracle. So Miracle was the last interval, and then you can see Walpurgis, which was Doubt. And then you had You and My Flesh. So I joined like the last 2 months of season 3. I had to grind for this view. I was so, look at that. I didn't even oh no, I got both of these. But I didn't get the purchased one. I wish I did. I wish I got the one where they were overlooking the manor. I also didn't get the Dawn one. Bon Voyage was also about whales. I started doing stuff with Limbus around here. It was around season 5. Well, it was actually end of season 4 to season 5. But if you want to be serious, season 5. So I did a whole season and a half to 2 seasons before I started doing stuff. They look really nice. Yeah, they're pretty good. Like the... I like them. They're nice. I like the banners. I honestly want more banner slots, dude. Give me more banner slots. Can we get a new banner so we get like 12 banner slots? I want one where I can get like a ticket on this side as well. Yeah, I wish I got that one. But I didn't care about banners much when I started. And I still don't care about banners. However, Zichun and her greed having the most adorable little effect banner. And then this one with Araya and Ryoshu having the most adorable banner. Otherwise, I don't purchase packs. I didn't even think I got the season 6 one. No, I did. Season 6 one I got. I didn't get the season 5 one. Because I don't care about banners typically, but this is Zichun and it's adorable, and this is Araya, which is very cute. I mean, how could I forgo this Zichun? Look at her, she's smiling. They literally baited me. And this one is really cute too because it has Araya. So, yeah. I should have booked. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if it like rotates. Like if it scrolled or something, that would be cool. Or like it flickered in and out, I would be happy with that. I'm gonna close this all of this now. With my $3 coffee. No, but that's the thing. I don't care. Like, go nuts. Right? I was bribed for the reissue. I was bribed. And I accept bribes. Like, the thing is, go nuts on the coffee, right? But like, the thing I was trying to make is 100 a month is not whaling. 1,000 a month is whaling. Like, $500 a month is whaling. Anything that is like a paycheck in and of itself is whaling. $100 is like people spend $100 on fucking takeouts. They missed the patch notes? Yeah, patch notes are at the beginning of the stream. Goes to the book for her greed. Yeah, we discussed patch notes at the beginning of the stream. First half hour was both the new patch notes, and I think half an hour to hour. So yeah, I do not whale. I don't purchase anything. I do the bare minimum because I want to support Kim Ji-hoon. Do I buy lunacy packs? No, I don't even buy lunacy packets. I don't buy lunacy packs. I only get the limited tickets. Well, there you go on the side. The limited tickets is like that. Like, that's it. Also, and the anniversary. But, like, when the anniversary comes up, what? Do you expect me not to do anything for the anniversary? Like, I bought the anniversary tickets because that was, like, the best one. But there's no reason, like, for example, there is no reason for me, as much as I want to purchase the nominal ticket, I'm not even going to use my nominal ticket. I can't even do it if I wanted to. Ishmael. This is a nerf. They are nerfing me. I want to support Kim Ji-hoon and the Project Moon team, but this doesn't give me anything. I have all the IDs already. So it's like, I'm gonna get one at the end. I'm not gonna have two in there. They're literally gonna do nothing. Get shards. I am not spending 2,500 lunacy to get fucking 20 shards. $50 shard. No, that's not worth it. I get it. I could greed, but that's not. I got this because the takeoff ticket and the guaranteed 3-star I could use. Why not? Because then people will say I'm whaling. If I bought this whole thing out knowing I don't need any of it, that's whaling. And I would love to whale for Project Moon. Trust me. I would be the first person to. Unfortunately, I have to pay rent. And that old man bastard is gonna up the weekly charge at some point. So I can only afford 100 of my dollary dues that I agreed. Buy the Nendroid? I might buy the Nendroid. Right? I can only afford. Now, luckily, I have a paycheck, so I do get a paycheck. So it's like, fine, I can spend $100, but I prefer not to spend more than $100. That's only 50 lunacy per shard. Lunashi. Yo, Lunashi. I have here, if you have a look here, as you can see, I bought the bouquet because that's how I got the limited pack. I bought the bouquet. And I bought this so I could get the paid lunacy. So this, I literally optimized this. Like, that's how non-whale I am. I could have just whaled and bought, like, the crate or the mound. But instead of buying the crate, which would have given me 4,000 paid lunacy, I bought the bouquet, which gave me 2,020. And then instead of buying the bundle, I bought the monthly supply. So I spent, how much was that? That's $11, $12. That's $17 US to get exactly just over 2,500 lunacy, paid lunacy, to buy the limited pack. See, like, that's how stingy I am. So what a job. And there you go. And I have, and I bought the minifigures, but I'm very sad I did not have enough money to purchase the Yi Sang and Don Quixote figures, like the full figures, the full plushies. I'm so sad about that. That's the one thing I'm pissed about. I bought, and this took a lot of effort. I bought all 12 of the sinners. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear the crackling of the plastic. I don't even have them out of the package. They're all trapped in the plastic. I don't know if you can hear this. Right? I have them all on the desk here. All 12 sinners. I have the tarot cards I haven't even opened the box. Okay? I have the Limbus Tarot, the Arcana card collection. So I have all of the egos and IDs in the carrot. I haven't even opened the package. I got this closed, okay? This is a collector. For me, at least. So I haven't even opened the packet. The only thing I didn't get was the fucking plushie of Yisung and Don, and I'm mad. Now I'm gonna get the Nendroid for Ishmael. Is flexing? No, I'm not flexing. I'm just saying, like, this is me supporting, like, ProjectMoon. By the way, to do all of this, I couldn't buy anything on Limbus for, like, 2 months, by the way. Am I lazy? No, I'm not opening because I don't have a display. Like, I don't own a display or anything. Dude, I wish, like, dude, some of these, like, some people have, like, these epic display. Dude, I got nothing. There's no fucking, I don't have shelves in this fucking place. And if I did, it'd just be covered in dust all the time. So I just keep them all close. Like, I just keep them all on the computer desk. I see some motherfuckers would have some, they got these beautiful fucking, like, massive rooms. I don't have that shit. I can't fucking afford that. Besides, I want to leave this place anyway. So it's like, if I leave, I have to take everything with me. Pretty much just, I've left them all in the place. I would like to take the plushies out at some point, but put them like an ego. Well, I would only do that for like the big plushies. Like the small ones, I'll accidentally kick Dawn in my sleep and send her fucking 200 fucking kilometers into the wall. Right? Like, I need the big plushies. They get the saying, no, I didn't, and I'm very mad about it. I wanted the new Yisang and I wanted the Dawn. I see that's his job. No, God, hell no. No, I bust my fucking ass off. This is a side thing. This is not even a side thing. This is just a passion thing. I mean, I would like to do this full time so I can quit my job. But that's like a future goal. You know what I'm saying? That's like a dream unending, one might even say. Right? I think that's every person who does YouTube wants to have that, like, oh yeah, but I ain't gonna fucking bother with that. Like, I'm not gonna stress about that. I gotta worry about not going homeless first. And then we can worry about the other thing later. But that's not, you guys are not supposed to, hey, stop prodding me about my thing. You guys are not supposed to stress about me. But I was unemployed? No. No, I pay rent. I can't be unemployed. We're doing another 10 hours? No, we're going to be ending soon. You guys are not supposed to... I have one of many rules, and one of my many rules is you guys do not have to worry about me, okay? All you have to worry about is being entertained. You let me deal with my thing, and I'll entertain you guys. That's the only thing I care about. The sense of the word. 12 or more hours without the unsevering. Gotta start working harder. Gotta start worrying harder. You don't have to worry, I'm fine. I'm stable. You don't think I'm worried. There's a lot of other people more fucked than I am right now. Give me a job? Dude, how the fuck am I gonna give you a job? I am indeed entertaining. Alright. Awesome. Well, guys, enough talking about jobs and enough talking about bullshit, because it's time for us to go. This player is stable, bro. It's like, I know it can be foreign, but I am indeed alright. So far. Anyway, I'm done. Guys, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm EP. We've yapped enough. We talked about... Jeez, my work. Guys, we've talked about the patch notes. We've talked about the IDs. We have done enough for today. I am going to be heading to bed, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow, where we'll do... Fuck, what do we do tomorrow? I'll figure it out. We'll figure out something tomorrow. All right, guys. You all take care. Have a wonderful time. Thank you all. Love you all. Appreciate you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Mwah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.